my channel. This is your girl Sean. I'm back for another video, and welcome back to another letter that was sent to me from one of you, and this one is a doozy. We're gonna get into all of that in just a minute, but in case you guys don't know it, I'm a life and dating coach and the author of 3 books. The first one's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart, and my third book, Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com, and they make amazing Christmas gifts. A shameless plug. Anyway, if you guys want to find out more about my books, I'll be sure to link them below. And also, if you want to work with me as your personal life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN @gmail.com. Now we have a lot to cover. Let's get into it. Let's go get them. I want a divorce. Hi, Coach Sean. I really hope you can do my letter because I really need advice. I've been married over a year and I regret marrying my husband. When we were dating, he would quit jobs a lot and I just thought he needed to find his footing and it'd be better. I was wrong. Now, he hasn't worked in almost 2 months. He walked off his last job because he had an interview with a driving service. Yes, walked off his job, and that's not the first time that he's done that. Then that job didn't work out because he only had an interview and not an actual offer. So now, once again, all the bills fall on me as usual. On top of that, he hasn't seen his kids because his mother has been doing parental alienation, especially after we got married. He's not even trying to take her to court or anything. He keeps saying that he's going to do it, but there's been no action. Then on top of that, his family is trying to sneak and move in with us. I say sneak because it's obvious what they're trying to do. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment. First, it was that they would ask to stay for the weekend, which is fine. Then the next time they stay for 5 days when they only asked to stay for 3. Then the last time they asked to stay the weekend, I told my husband, sure, they can come. But when they leave, you need to leave with them because I'm done with you. Of course, he told him that it's not a good time and that we always have the same talk as we usually do about how we have to work together to work through everything. But honestly, Coach Sean, I'm just tired of this. And I feel like I can't do it anymore. He's not a bad guy. He's loving. He's caring. But he is a bum. Ouch. Whenever I bring up bills, he mentions how he does a lot of cooking and the cleaning and that I'm not taking any of that into account. But I didn't ask for a house husband. We were meeting with a marriage counselor once a month since March, and it was getting better. But over the last month, he stopped meeting with them, and now our marriage has taken a nosedive. I don't want to be intimate with him, and I thought I wanted kids, but not with him. Ouch, girl. It would be unfair to bring a child into this mess and I'm taking care of everything now. I would feel like a married single parent. And I'm in my mid-30s, so my window of opportunity is closing, but I just don't feel right having a child with him. I know it's my fault for marrying him and I brought all this baggage onto myself, but what should I do? You started off your letter saying you want a divorce, so it sounds like you already know what you want to do. Now, I will tell you, you guys know I'm a Christian, so the first thing I'm going to say is you definitely should be praying about it. I wouldn't make a decision this big without praying diligently and asking God to give me a sign and confirmation and asking God to really help me to make the best decision for me. But I also feel like, the Bible also says if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. I'll put the scripture right here. So the idea that your husband seems like he wants to be a house husband, like you said, you knew some of these things going into it, but you thought it would get better. I want this to be a cautionary tale for a lot of you guys. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Who you date is who you marry. If this man was hopping, jumping, quitting jobs on a whim when you were dating him, he's going to be the same man when you marry him. Because you're so responsible and he knows that, he knows that he can count on you, he feels comfortable quitting jobs left and right because you got it. You the one with all the money. And I feel like it really does a disservice because you're meant to be a helpmeet. But that's what he's trying to act like. He wants to be a house husband. I would definitely make it clear to him in no uncertain terms. I would be as blunt with him as you has been with me in this letter. I would let him know, I want to have kids, but I'm not having kids with you. I'm not interested in being in a relationship where I have to worry about, can you even take care of me and a family? So I'm gonna need you to step it up. At the very least, I would need to have him step it up. But I understand you being nervous about you being in your mid-30s and you're worrying about your fertility window closing and you wanna have kids and he doesn't seem like the kind of person that you wanna have kids with. I think that's a wise decision. If I were you, and I want you to listen to me closely because do not write me a follow-up letter because you didn't listen, I would double up, possibly even triple up on protection to ensure that I don't accidentally get pregnant with this man. I would, and I would not leave this decision like this in his hands. I wouldn't be like, he was using this. No, ma'am. I would double or triple up protection to ensure that I don't mess around and get pregnant with this man's baby. And I know he's your husband, but like you said, you would feel like a married single parent. He hasn't showed you enough to even believe he can take care of himself, much less you and a baby. I don't blame you. That's the smartest thing that you've done. And that's make sure that you didn't bring another child into this life. And he already showed you by how he's okay not seeing his other kids. Like, the writing is on the wall. I know you're already here now, but there's a lot that you kind of overlooked. He doesn't seem like a very hands-on, active father. Not financially, he's not there physically. Even if he can't pay the child support, why aren't you seeing your own children? Like, you know from how he's behaving with those children, he's not gonna be any different with yours, okay? So I wouldn't give him any. Not every man deserves a baby, okay? I would not give this man any children. But the one thing I'm going to tell you is, if you have this man's baby, seeing how irresponsible he's been with his other children, that will be on you. You wouldn't be able to blame him because you see it. It's not like you've been warned. You didn't get pregnant and then find out this man is a deadbeat. This man just be quitting jobs left and right. Like, you already see it. So what are you going to do about it? So I would definitely be praying about it, and I'd be having conversations with him, and I'm going to tell him he's going back to counseling if that's what needs to be done. He has to have a job for at least a year. But like I said, there's no guarantee even if he does that, because he is fickle. Quitting a job on a whim with no backup is the epitome of being irresponsible. This man is failing at basic adulting. How are you going to quit a job? Or are you going to walk off a job because you have an interview? No guarantee or anything. And then be like, oh, I didn't get the job. Now what I'm going to do? I don't know if you're a Christian and you're praying about it. God could turn it around. Of course. I have faith in all of that. But I also believe that you have to follow your common sense. What has this man been showing you? This man shows you that he's extremely irresponsible, that he's not a good father, that he's way too dependent on you, that he acts more like your child than your man. And you already said, if I have a kid with him, I'm going to feel like a single married parent. So why do that? I think it's time for you to have an adult conversation with him and give him an opportunity to change one last time. And if he doesn't, you got to do what you feel is best for you. Because what he's doing is selfish. And his family kind of sneak moving in and all of that. Like, he's not showing any effort for his other children. Like, that's not attractive. I wouldn't want to have a kid with somebody who doesn't care about his other kids. Because what would make me think that my kid would be special? Like, he clearly doesn't care about the rest of them. Like, I personally couldn't feel comfortable doing that. And I know you say, you know, the mom is alienating him from the kids because he married you and all that. Yeah, but go to court. Have an official custody order. Don't just be like, man, she keeping the kids from me, and do nothing about it. Like, no. This man is showing you with his actions that he's not a very responsible, he's not a serious individual. And you have to take all of that into consideration when you think about what you want your future to look like. Yes, you already married the man, but you are not stuck. If you do certain things to make him grow up, to force him to be more mature, it's just going to make the two of you butt heads. And you're going to lose attraction for him because you're mothering him, and he's going to lose attraction for you because he feels that he can't be a man around you. Because if it were me, I would say, I never asked for a house husband. I didn't ask you to cook or clean. I'm not going to feel all of the financial burden of all the bills. If you want to live here, you need to maintain a job. It's one thing if a man falls down on his luck, he gets laid off, you know, they're doing lots of layoffs these days, and he, you know, unfortunately he's without a job unexpectedly. That's one thing. And he's actively trying to find a new one. He's putting out his resume. He's going on interviews, and you could see him really trying. That's one thing. It's another thing for a man to be quitting jobs because you know you got it. Quitting jobs because you know that you're not going to quit yours. A relationship has to have two responsible adults in it, and this relationship only has one, you. And I would let him know that I'm not interested in having any of his children at all because he doesn't take care of his other kids by being in their lives and actively pursuing custody or whatever. And I would let him know that the window for me is closing, so he better get it together and get it together quick, or I'm gone. Because I'm not risking my only opportunity, my window of opportunity to be a mom, waiting on him to grow up and be a man. If you guys want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions on life and love, consider purchasing one of my books. As I said in the beginning, Girl, I've written 3. First one's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. Second one, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they make great Christmas gifts. Slap a bow on this bad boy and give it to your single friend, all right? And also, if you want to work with me as your life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN@gmail.com. If you like this video, you'll love my last one. I will do you a favor and I'll link it for you right here. Be sure to subscribe right here. Till next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.